This is Leica's best camera in the market in the M series, MP240. It's a Safari edition with a CMOS sensor. Now, today we are reviewing this lens along with the Zeiss, which we'll talk in a minute. This is the 50mm Apo f2, which technically is considered to be the best lens in the world for the rangefinders. That the MFT charts is so flat that there is almost no distortion. Chromatic aberrations are reduced. That's why it's an Apo, which is what it stands for. Now this thing weighs only 300 grams. Due to its small size, it's very compact and can be used easily for most of the purposes of photographing, reportage, and architecture, even portraits. Now this lens features 11 blades, RS blades, and it's got aspherical surfaces, and it has 5 groups and 8 elements with a minimum focusing distance of 0.7. Makes this lens very good to use for almost all applications. Now here is another lens from Zeiss. It's the Sonnar 1.5 50mm. Now this lens is not the best lens in the world because technically speaking probably does not resolve as much as this lens does. This is very special because this design is from 1930s when they used to have this beautiful bouquet around subjects, what we call the Hollywood glamour shots. And this one is the Sonnar C. It's made in Japan, very durable, very compact, and it weighs in about 250 grams, about 50 grams less than this one, or in American terms, 8.8 ounces. Now, this has got a minimum focus distance of 0.9 meters, which is a little bit more than the Apo, and the design is significantly different. In 4 grooves, there are 6 elements and 10 blades. What's beautiful about it is it's got 1/3 stop clicks, so you can go very accurately when you want to get the aperture just right for the perfect exposure. And technically speaking, this lens and this lens should be incomparable because this one costs at least 5 times more than this. And this one, we put it on the M9P, which is a CCD sensor, which is far more slower than this one. And when it comes to dynamic range, this is very limited. But I chose this one because this gives that old look, which I like, the one that is glamorous, dreamy, the way the photographs used to be back in the 60s, 70s. Now, we're going to compare these two and see which one is the better one to capture photography. Basically, what it's going to come down to is the personal taste. Do you want the old look that has dreamy and beautiful, with the incredible bouquet? Or do you want that is ultra sharp, crisp, also has amazing bouquet, but it's got a modern touch? I hope you follow me on to the strip. Zeiss makes these lenses, actually sources them out to Cosina, which is one of the best Japanese lens manufacturers. They produce most of the Zeiss lenses for the M mount. What is special about them is they have a long history of producing lenses for Rolleiflex, Voigtlander, and many others. But the best lenses that are still made in Germany, the 150mm and the 85mm, which is no longer in production, by the way, were made in Germany. But this doesn't cut from the quality of this lens. It's extremely sharp when focused right, although it suffers from a little bit of underexposure because it's not as fast has 0.95 lenses that are found in the Noctilux. This is a little slower. It's not a 1.5, this is a f2, but it has this amazing bokeh when you capture photographs with it. This lens is made in Germany. It's very solid, very compact. It's the Summicron f2, along with the other Summicrons on the line, like the 35mm Summicron f2. This is very well designed. It's designed that this aperture is extremely smooth, the focus ring is extremely smooth, and you can actually feel the clicks as you turn. This goes up to f16, f2 to f16, which is very good. On a day that's like this, sunny, I like to go f2, f2.8, and get the shutter speed to 4000, which allows that beautiful bokeh to come out alive. Now on this one, this is the one that I would use if I'm photographing a human face, a portrait perhaps, because with this one, you'll get that amazing bokeh that is almost dreamlike. And the way it is created is, it was taken from a design that made lenses appear to have this almost glorious glow, and that comes from the lens design and the way the lenses are designed. This one probably carries the best of what Zeiss has produced up to date. Now, most people who use Leicas, they will not wear into Zeiss's because they feel that Leicas are the best. But do remember, although Apo is considered to be the best 50mm in the world, Zeiss also produces what they call the Otus 85 and 55mm. Those are DSLR lenses, commonly considered to be the best lenses in the world for accuracy, sharpness, and contrast. So there is a heritage of good technology and design and know-how that comes with this Zeiss lens. So I would not discount it. Now, when it comes to price, do you want to pay 5 times the price, or do you want to go for a cheaper lens? That will depend on your taste. You see, I like to use both lenses for different applications. This is the one I would like to use if I want to get accurate pictures of interior space, or if I want to make emphasis on the contrasts rather than going for the amazing bokeh that comes with going to f2 or 2.8. Personally, at 5.6 aperture, everything is as best as can be when used on a lens. Now that removes all distortion almost, and chromatic aberration is almost non-existent. So you will not have much of a purple fringing as we know. Now, I like to use a lens like Zeiss, which is more of an older design with a CCD that gives that beautiful look that we used to love from the 1970s and 80s, where the photograph looked like something of a timeless period. Now that is a personal taste. Some people prefer lenses that are ultra sharp, that have the DSLR look, or something that they can pixel compare with other photographs. Personally, photograph is more than pixels, it's more than the sharpness and the contrast, it's the feeling it conveys. And Zeiss conveys a feeling like no other lens. This is a version of Zeiss's lenses called the Sonnar. They also produce 50mm at 1.4, which is the planar version, and the f2, which is also one of the Zeiss's lenses. They all have different characteristics, but if you want to go for one that is for sharpness and modern look, you'll probably go with the planar. And this one here, I personally love certain aspects which I want to point out. The yellow and white lettering makes it very easy to notice the markings, so you can easily focus On this one, the markings are on black on silver on a shiny surfaces. It's hard to read, especially during sunny days of shooting. So this is something to consider. And also this, I didn't put the hood on, requires the hood to be purchased separately, which adds to the extra cost. Personally, it comes down to a taste of wanting to photograph portraits or getting something more than portraits, which you would like to choose the Apo for that. I thank you for watching this comparison. The video plus the photographs are available on our website. Please do visit us and support our website for more reviews to come. We will compare the Noctiluxes, the 50mm 1.4 Simuluxes with other lenses, and stay tuned to watch those. And I wish you a beautiful day and pleasant shooting.